Moving on, Bad Batch episode 14. We're almost at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's just
Not
next
happy
week.
about it. Really not happy about it.
The last one before the double whammy.
And it was definitely setting up the double whammy.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, this is very much setting up the finale. We got to see a bit of what Echo's been up to and with Rex.
Bit of Echo and Rex building essentially the very early stages of the rebellion.
Yeah, and like the very early stages of fighting, like you say, the rebellion and fighting back against the Empire.
Yeah.
Purely just to save their own brothers.
Yeah.
Finding clones that are being arrested and moved around and freeing them. And they got a pretty well run machine going. Like they are
using their military tactics.
Yeah, they are soldiers that were trained by the Empire, and the Empire's like, oh shit, they're now using that against us. They know everything about how our ships work and what we're doing. Like it's the ultimate inside spy. Like they know everything of how the ships work, how they run things, and they're using it against them to free their own.
And they're also creating a mass of like-minded people because they're clones who are disenfranchised as well. They're literally feeding them soldiers.
Yeah, they are. So that was cool to see. The little breakout rescuing, bit of data collection. If I remember right, that's the second person we've seen now that use the like electro tooth to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because we don't like. That's not really something we've seen in Star Wars. That like this idea that people would die to hide stuff.
But I guess a lot of Star Wars has been about wars, where that's less common. Whereas the stuff we've seen has been the secret espionage kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is where that would be more common in storytelling anyway. But yeah, it is a good point. It seems to be a pretty unique thing we've seen.
Then we got Crosshair. We went back to Crosshair in his prison cell. And then getting interrogated by an interrogation drone.
Yeah.
But not answering, not giving up.
Yeah, no, he's staying strong.
Either because he thinks
So I think there's two elements to it. He either doesn't trust them, and he thinks, or at first anyway, he didn't trust them and thought, if I tell them, they're just gonna kill me straight away. Or straight away he was like, I'm not giving them up. We might not have seen eye to eye anymore, but I'm not giving them up.
I think it's he never was brainwashed. We realized, well, we found out that like his chip was non-functional either. Like he purely believed in following the orders. And I think that's why we're now seeing him it's not like is he still brainwashed or not anymore? It's like he is able to come up with his own conclusion of things, and it's like he just doesn't believe in what they stand for anymore. So I think that's why it's like, I'm not taking the deal. It is absolutely chucking it down here. I don't know if you can hear. Hello? Can you hear me?
You're cutting in and out a little bit. I think your noise gate is trying to cope with the rain.
Yes, it probably is. And maybe if I lean in, it'll help. Just get really close.
That's the stuff.
But yeah, I think we're seeing Crosshair kind of change his view on the chain of command. He doesn't believe in what their values are now and sees their values are changing. And he's being made to do things he doesn't agree with. And because he's not chipped or brainwashed, like, he's now sticking up for, or seeing what the Bad Batch saw.
Yeah.
He's now kind of caught up to speed, and he's like, okay, I ain't gonna sell out my brothers. Like, if they still see eye to eye or not, like.
Yeah. And I also think, although he wasn't too keen on Omega, he respected her because, I mean, she kind of saved him at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
So I think he was kind of the opinion, well, I don't want to be in debt to anyone. So by keeping my mouth shut here, me and her are even.
Yeah. But he does make a little breakout attempt,
He does.
which,
But I don't think he ever actually intended on actually breaking out. I think he knew he wouldn't be able to get out.
yeah, I think so too.
I think his plan was always just to get that message out.
I like that he missed the odd shot, but he was still very accurate, very drunk, drugged up. Yeah, he gets the message out. I forget what the like code name was for it.
Maneuver 88 or whatever it was.
Something. Oh yeah, something 88.
Plan 88.
But then passes out to the gas
Yeah.
before he says anything more, which I thought was interesting. It's he obviously would still remember all their old code names for things and to like use those to try and be like, look, I'm me. Hopefully they believe that it is genuine, but obviously doesn't know. And then we're back on the island after the
Yeah.
tsunami.
What I
Life.
will say, sorry, just going back to the prison break at the beginning of the episode, I really enjoyed that you can already see the difference in quality between the clone soldiers and the stormtroopers.
Yes. I know what you
Clones were
mean.
just like too fast, too efficient for them. It just goes to show that the Empire wanted to not have to rely on clones, and as a result, they downgrade. Because I mean, the stormtroopers have always been a bit of a meme.
Yeah,
In
it
A New
has.
Hope, they're referred to as like these elite soldiers, and then they go on to never hit a damn thing.
Yeah.
Um. So like, I think I've always thought that's kind of part of the reason that it was then explained that the stormtroopers weren't clones because they wanted
Yeah.
the clones to be amazing. So like, okay, so we tell this story of the clones, and now Dave Filoni's going, okay, so this is how the clones went away, and this is why we got this downgrade, and it all
Yeah.
kind of adds up.
Yeah, it does. That's a nice point, like with the seeing that transition.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about more times, like we're seeing more of the transition between clones to stormtroopers, which we just haven't
Yeah.
had before. But yeah, we're back on the island. Echo rocks up after Omega's learning to fly.
Omega's learning to fly was phenomenal. You just see everyone really happy. You've got Omega learning to fly.
Yeah.
Tech actually seems, although he's like being very tech about it, he seems pretty content. And then you've got Hunter going out fishing, doing what he's good at. He feels useful. You've got Wrecker loving life,
Yeah,
just doing a million things and helping everyone.
Yeah, they're like, so you can clearly see that they're unwinding and like this realization of like, oh, we can enjoy life. Like we don't have to be on the run 24/7.
Yeah.
Obviously Echo rocks up with getting tech to decode info, which then reveals that they learn about the doctor.
Yeah. A very suspicious
Who,
doctor, man.
yeah, they don't know much about other than he was.
I mean, we don't really know much
No,
about him either.
this is true. All that we know is he used to work for the Republic, but then got fired basically
Yeah,
because he was
kind of ironically the reverse of what we saw in Mando last week.
yes, but then put to a secret operation, and then also come across the fact that Crosshair was a previous prisoner,
Mm-hmm.
which then led to tech checking all comms and finding this thing, which rightly so they don't 100% trust. Crosshair has
See,
people
I
across them.
think I think it's just Hunter who's really concerned about it being a trap. I think the others are like, whether it's a trap or not, that's still our brother.
Well, I think they'll all be a little wary, Hunter more so because it's Hunter. But I think even Tech and that would be a little bit of, well, he did this last time and it was a trap. But like they're gonna kind of want to find out more because his message didn't really give him a lot.
Yeah. All he knew is that someone's after us.
Yeah. And obviously we then see more of Crosshair getting interrogated and find out that like they're wanting Omega. which is we pretty much knew, but it's like they're wanting Omega, and I think that's where it's like it's setting up. We've got a double parter finale, and my opinion is either we're gonna see them feeling okay, we've got to find out where like Crosshairs and go and like see. They go find him, break him out, or someone does catch up to them. Maybe it's Sid sells out on
I would
Omega.
not be surprised to see Sid be the sellout.
I think Omega's going to get caught, and then it's going to be a breakout for get Omega and Crosshair out.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't think they're going to settle. They're not going to be able to.
No,
Because
I've already told you I'm really worried about that place just not being allowed to be settled. It
um,
might even be that Sid gives them up and they work out they were working with the pirate lady. This is where the pirate lady's from. Let's go find them there. They destroy the whole place, take Omega, and then you got Hunter, Wrecker, and Echo and Tech going, holy shit, they've destroyed the one place we might have a chance at having a home as, and they've taken Omega. Let's go burn down the fucking Empire.
yeah, I think you could be right there. Like, there's going to be some big fight back, like reason for them to fight back and go ham after them. Like they're obviously setting up this secret labs thing. It's like I don't know if we've got a confirmed season 3 or if we're gonna get more, but
Disney Plus never really seems to confirm anything too far ahead
no.
of time.
I'm wondering
They
if,
really do want to give themselves all of the options possible.
depending how this ends, we could get Bad Batch season 3, or do we end up seeing like a new series which follows what Rex and Echo are doing?
Maybe.
And that's
Maybe
how,
both.
or maybe both. Like, because we know this is basically just the continuation of the Clone Wars animated. Like
It's just the Clone Wars title made no sense anymore because the Clone Wars is over.
yeah. So I wonder if we'll go like they're gonna do animated all the way up to episode 4 and
Maybe.
fully bridge the gap.
It'd be
It'd be cool.
interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, it would.
You've got some options for some little time hops in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm looking forward to the finale.
So am I. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how it's split up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wonder if the first of the two gets left on a cliffhanger.
Oh,
Or
definitely.
If or if they just go, well, they're both coming out together, so let's just essentially tell it as an hour-long story and just cut it in half, wherever that happens to be.
I think it'll be a cliffhanger in the sense of like that, you know, when like you have a big episode and there's like that mid episode, like, oh, and then it would normally go in TV to a break. It'll be that sort of feeling. So that everyone's like, oh shit, cue up the second episode straight away.
A big revelation, bit of information or something. Quite
something
possibly.
like